Guys, long time no see. It's quite unfortunate I couldn't create any new videos for this year just because it's been a lot happening behind the scene, but I'm very excited to be sharing something really cool this day, especially because I've seen how important it is. A few persons have asked me about it, and yeah, I just wanted to throw more light on how to do that. So if this is the first time you're joining my channel, I am Ioron-Aloho, and I am a project manager and the founder of Samuel Ioron Foundation, a non-profit organization in Nigeria breaking gender barriers, hindering access to education and development for women and girls. And in this video, I'm just going to be showing you some of the tips for non-profit on how to access certain free tools that could make your work effective and how to collaborate with your team, especially if you're managing a remote team. For example, I'm based in the UK and I manage a non-profit back home in Nigeria. Myself and my team work together on collaborative tools. And one of those tools we really use is the Google Workspace. So Google Workspace has this freebies for nonprofit organizations. So once you've submitted all of your information and your details to them and you're eligible, you're able to have access to this free offering where you're able to use Google Workspace with your team. You can create professional emails, use all of the apps associated with that from Google Calendar, Google Site, and so on. And today I'm just going to be showing you using maybe 2-3 minutes on how to use Google Site. So for me, when we started our organization and we created a website, obviously, I'm not a coder, so I don't know how to code. And then I felt like it was a lot of work always sending maybe information to someone to help us to update on our website. So we just had connectors where we created different project sites and then linked them to our main organizational website. So very easy for us to update information from our own end, and all of our stakeholders could have access to that information as well, and we could easily just share them with our stakeholders. So I created different Google sites for different projects to have, like the Rural Urban Right for project, the Equal Access, the Red Dots, and I'm just going to be showing you a bit of those sites and what they look like. And I also created a personal website for myself using Google Site on a different platform. And I've really enjoyed working on it because it's very easy. All your team members can collaborate on it, add information. You just need to create all of the pages and homepage that you need to create. So I'm just going to show you a bit of what I do to do that. And some of the first things you need to be creating is have all of your images ready. You want to get maybe a Google document where you want to pull down like a copy as to how you want to create your site, what different names there will be, the pages, the information, the introduction, the contact, the support, how all of those information will go on your different pages on the site. You want to have all of that available. And then all of the pictures that you're going to be using, the team members you want to support on that particular project. So when you create your site, you're able to just invite them to access the document and input at the places where they need to make that input. So I'm going to be screen recording my laptop, so it's going to be a bit different. I'll work on that on my laptop. I'll screen record that, and hopefully you're able to see that and get on your way to accessing Google for Nonprofit if you haven't. And if you have, well done. And then you can create your first Google site and start using the Google site. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to get right into it now. Hopefully this works. I'm not testing. I don't know if it's working, but I hope it is. So the first thing I always like to do if I'm trying to build a Google site is create something like this. This is not a robust Google site setup document, but what you want to do is you want to create what the name of that site would be for you. You want to create like the different pages that you want on that particular website. You want to have your different pages. You want to have the contact information and everything that you need. So I'm just going to quickly give you an overview of the sites that I've built. 2 sites. I will just show you examples of 2 sites and then we'll get into creating this. So one of the sites I created was the Rural Urban Rightful website for our project in Nigeria. And this project was investigating sexual exploitation in internally displaced camps. So we wanted to have a site where we could quickly update information, create free open resource materials for people to download as well, as you can see here. So this site, everything about this was created on Google site. So you have the home page here. So you give your title, you have your home page, you have the different other pages that you want the site to have. You create everything and then you put your about to page, right? Every single thing it is that you want on this front page here. And then down here, basically here shows the founder of the project, and then there's a link here for you to maybe fill a form about getting people's perception on occurrences in the camp. So when you click here, you're able to see the different reports about this project. If you click here, you're able to have access and listen to the different podcasts that we created for this project as well. So the podcasts basically were hosted on Spotify, and then we're able to connect them on this particular site. So you could listen here, and then at some point it takes you to Spotify to listen to the rest of it. So it's a really, really good tool for you if you quickly want to do a lot. And then here you get to see all of the different news platforms that we were featured on for the project. And here features the different outreaches we're doing in the different interlibrary displaced camps we're going to. So we wanted to put the different pictures of the camp and then just little captions about what they were doing in the pictures, what we're having to do. And then here we have an event that we're working on online as well. So we're just giving updates about all of those things. And then we had our resource shop here. So this was one of the key things why we had to create this site as well, because like I said, we wanted to create open resource materials for people to access. So here is a curriculum that we created. Here like different books that were created and translated into different local languages for people to use in creating awareness about sexually exploited people in the camp. And then we have an art exhibition that we co-created with our stakeholders as well. And then you have all of those artworks featured on the site as well. And then here we have trainings for our stakeholders as our staff and for young people that were involved in this project as well. And here you go to home. So this is what our main site looks like. And we have under here projects. So our different projects are here. So you could come to this part, read a bit about the projects that we have within the organization, but then you could go to the specific sites that we have, and then you're able to read more about information about those particular sites. So again, this is a Google site about a different project that we worked on, and this was on returning migrants. So here again, you see it has like a different interface, and you're able to see some of the ways that we've used this here, user-friendly for this particular part. So based on what it is you're creating, you want to have maybe different ways of creating those sites that you want to use as well. So here, because we do a lot with resource shops, so we always want to create opportunities for people to access our materials using our sites. So if I go back here, it takes us to the main project sites again. Let me just see, this is under governance. So if I go under education, for example, we're able to access different type of sites again and see what's happening there. And under health, you have this. Then here you have this particular project. So this is one of the current projects that we're working on now. So you can see again, this has like a different look altogether. These are the different pages that we have to decide. So your pages are really, really key. And if you want to have like a very good collaborative working, you could create it in such a way where for maybe each of the page here, there's a particular person who works on that. So everybody knows what it is they need to do, or if there's someone who has to come to link your maybe news where you've been featured, you're able to do that as well. But we've been able to create this in this way. So you're just able to have access to everything there that way. And that's that. So now I'm just going to bring you back here again. So you have everything that you need on your Google Site document so that you're copying and pasting, but you can also just create everything inside of the Google Site and just be typing everything that it is you want. But it's very easy for you to just have everything on your Google Doc first here. So create everything that needs to be on the home page, all the different pages that you're creating and the write-ups for each of those pages, your contact us information, and then your pictures will be in a separate folder so you're able to like just quickly link them to each other. So this is what Google for Nonprofit looks like if you haven't been using this. So you can check the eligibility here and then sign in, get started. It's a free to use tool. And then once you're eligible, you're able to like have access to all of this, connect your domain, and then you can start using that. So once you've gotten all of this started in, you could request a Google for Nonprofits account here. And once you're all done with that and your account has been approved, you can get into your site creation itself. So I'm just going to create a new Google site here that we could use. So we'll use this. So I said the name will be Balini. So this is your site. So depending on what your brand is, your different colors, all of that, you're able to select them. If you please, you're able to just use the themes that Google Workspace already has, or you can create like a different kind of like color branding for what it is you want. So here, this is created by Google, and you could have your custom one here to create your theme. So you can choose the color that you want. If you have a logo, you can select all of that. So we don't really have a logo for this Baleni app, but let's see. Let's say we use one of the, let's see, I'm going to use a logo for something I was working on to just create that. And the theme is going to have to be yellow because of the logo that I'm putting in there. So let me say the name of the theme is Balini Infodux. And then here, if you have like your banner image as well, you're able to fix that in. And then you choose your preset colors. So when you upload a logo, basically, it takes off the colors from your logo. If you don't want that, well, for branding, you obviously have to use the colors from your logo, but you can then choose the presets from here. So I'll pick this. And then you choose what font you want as well for what it is you're doing. So your logo and your website kind of like is in brand. So once you've selected that, so these are the different ones that we have here. You can also add in new logos if you want to, new fonts. So I'm going to pick this and then we'll create the theme. So you see that this color is here now. And then you could change this here, the color palette again if you want to. So it gives you access to select the colors that you want, the text the way you want it to be, the images that you want as well. So you could select like a header, you could select a logo and all of that. So I'm going to be selecting a header from the pictures that I've downloaded for this. So I'm going to pick this one. So you can see here that I have all of this Google Sites images here that I downloaded from Canva. So these are the ones I'm going to be using to create this site we're working on today. So we have this as the header now, and we can either choose to put this as Balini again, which is the name of our site, or we can just do away with this if we don't want too much. So for me, I think I will take that out because I don't think it's necessary. So you can do with this whatever it is that you want and create it like in a different way. So you want to ensure that you're checking for all of this, adjust for readability and all of that. So if we take that out, you can see this. So you want to pull that in, and then you put in your logo so it appears at the top of your site as well. So if you have a logo here, you're able to pull that. So like I said, we don't have a logo here, but I'm going to select something that I've used somewhere so that we just have something to work with. So you can see how that logo then appears. So you want to use a logo that has a transparent background so it comes out really, really nicely. So if I try to change this logo to select a logo that has PNG, I don't know if any of those logos here is transparent, but let's try it. Let me try another one. Oh, definitely no PNG. I know definitely this is transparent, exactly. So once it's transparent, you're able to just see it show up very nicely like this. Then you're able to set up how you want your navigation to be. You could have all of your write-ups and your different pages show up on the very top of your website here, or have them show up at the left-hand side. So however you want that, you could have like a transparent at the top here, or you could make it this way. I always like it transparent because it gives it like a really, really nice look. When it's button like this, it takes away certain things. So you put that there. And then you choose what your components are again. So you have like your color, your buttons. So all of your buttons, what kind of colors do you want them to be and all. And then choose the colors that you want here as well. So maybe we'll pick yellow. And then if you're creating a link, what color do you want your links to have? So again, this comes to branding. So based on the branding of what it is that you want, you're able to choose all of those colors. And then your carousels, what kind of colors do you want those to have as well? And then your spacing, how do you want your spacing to be? And your frame, so maybe you want to show the frame or you don't want the frame to show. So you could pick any of this. Or if you take that out, this is what it looks like. If you select the frame, this is what it looks like. So whichever you choose. And you have your insert here. So this is your pages. It shows you in a different way. We were on Teams. Your pages, you have your inserts. So currently now we're on home. This is the only page we've been able to create, and we can totally delete this as well. So it's like plain like this. You can bring that back. So it reads as though you're working on a Google Doc or a slide. So you can delete, redo, and undo as you wish. And then if you wanted to insert maybe a write-up introducing, for example, what it is that this page is all about, you're able to insert that here. So your insert is able to help you put on your content blocks. And then you have your preview here. You're able to invite your colleagues to help you collaborate on this document together very easily. And here you're able to access different settings again, how you want your navigation to be, either on the sidebar or on the top corner. So let's say, for example, this is controlled by the team. To change this, edit the value in the team sidebar. So for us here, this is going to appear on the top of our side. So we'll see our mood here is on top as well. Okay. And then your brand images. So we have our logo already. If we didn't have our logo, it would have asked us to upload our logo. So you can always change that. And then you can upload this as well. And then you come to your viewer tools, and then you select all of this. So show page last updated time, very key. Show contact form, key. Show anchor links, key. And then if you're connecting this to your Google Analytics, you're able to do this here as well. And then you have your announcement banner. So for the previous slides I showed you earlier, this will be your announcement banner here. So because somebody can click this and it takes them to a different page directly to the resource shop, because that's what you want on your banner page, to be able to maybe give people easy information as to how to get to a particular page very quickly. So you're able to do that. So when we come back here, just like you saw in the last announcement banner, we said download curated materials here. So for this, we say maybe message, book your next trip here. And then you put the link here. So we don't have a different page for now. So we'll just leave that, but it's going to pop up now. So once we've created a page that links to this, once somebody clicks here, it takes them to the direct page where you're able to book the next trip that you want people to go to. So when it comes to your insert here, this is where you have all of your text box, where you can upload your images, you can connect to your drive. So you're downloading or imputing or inserting images or documents directly from your drive, or you can embed code or links here as well. So the previous site I showed you where we had like different podcasts, this is where we come to. So we either pull the URL of the particular link or copy the embed code from the different site and then paste it here, and that automatically just pops out on this page. So we're going to try something like that as well. So you have your front page here where you can put then your content blocks. So if you want to maybe put an about page, you can click this. This one gives you opportunity to put in one picture, write what it is that you want for your text. You could select this as well. Maybe this the one you want, or if you're creating a single page website as well, because there are certain times where people create website that they don't need to have like different pages for them. You just have everything on one particular site. All of your informations are all here. And then you have all of these different ways that you want to use that. So because we want to create different sites just for you to see how to access this, we'll use only this.
and then we're going to select image. So if I'm uploading directly from my laptop, I would select upload. If I'm downloading from my drive, I can select image here or from drive. Or if this is something I'm bringing from YouTube, I can put this here. If it's an appointment, for example, I want people to book and connect my Google Calendar, I can just come here. And if this is showing people the address to my office, for example, so let's say this website is your organizational website or your company website, and you wanted people to know where you're based, you can add this on your map. So you could put what this address looks like. So let's say London, for example, and we're able to pull that landmark and then select. So that shows on your site, and people are then able to see your location. So you could pull address. So this is then address, and then maybe you write your address here as well. You could make this collapsible. So if that is that, you have to click here and then see the information that has been written here. So let's say this is your address. This is not a real address, guys. So you have that. So if you have this, you again want something different, you're able to put maybe names of your colleagues or people working with you. You can add all of those information there as well. So very easy to create, as you can see already. And then we want to be able to create, you have this table of content here if that's something you want to do, your image carousels, if you're creating like different images for people to access. If you want to create a link for people to maybe go to a different page or to fill out a form. So if you have a Google form or a form on your website and you want people to maybe click on it, you're able to, maybe this is the book your trip form. So book your travels here. Let me see a website let me just add this here. And I put this here. So that will be here then. So I can leave it as shortened as it is, or I can leave it this way. You can drag it to fill out all of the space as well, depending on what it is that you want, or you can just leave it this way as well. And you can change the color here as well. So like this, you can duplicate however it is. You're able to do all of that. And here you have your divider. So basically this just creates a demarcation between what it is you're doing from the next. And your spacer acts the same way as well, giving you space to create something different. And then the very last button, what I like to do is put your different social media links as well. So like for your contact us page, at the very last button of it, you want to put all of your links here. And then if you put any of those links, it takes you to, I think if you put a Facebook link, for example, it gives you like the Facebook icon and all of that. So it says your icon for common social sites would appear automatically after saving. So this will come out here. So you add all of your links and then you adjust, and you can also use the social links for your footer. So it's like at the bottom end, or if there's any information about the project that you want, different contact us link, you're able to create that there as well. So for example, we can say this is funded by United Nations or funded by, let's say, Google. This is funded by Google. So you have that here and every other information that you want as well. And yes, you can have a placeholder here as well. So just pictures again, and you're able to pull out how you want this picture to be. If it's an image, if it's a Google Drive, if it's a Google form, if it's a Google Calendar, which maybe tells people to select a particular thing, you're able to do that there. And I'm just going to create a second page now. So this is your home. So here you have new money section, you have full page, you have new link, you have new page. So we'll create a new page and we say this is travel here now. So this is going to come up as well, but this is a different page, remember. So we don't want that particular page to feature anymore. And now that we have a second page as well, we can go back to book your next trip and include a direct link to this particular space. So once people click on book your next trip, it brings them to where we want them to be in. So here you're able to create, you come back to your insert and you create what it is that you want here as well, the images that you want to put in. So here, maybe let's say we want to just put in images of different places that we're visiting in this space. So I would select a lot of them and then just insert them. So all the different photos are here, and yeah, so people can just look at this, very easy to look at. A different way you can do this again is maybe if you're talking about a particular thing, you can pull this image and certain things. So let's say this again, you're able to then write whatever it is, whatever information that you want about this. Yes, so you can have this, add different information about people, about places, whatever it is that you want. You can go right into your drive to input those information as well. Write whatever it is you want to write about that. You can crop it. You can insert a link to that particular picture that you have there. So take someone to that particular place as well. I'm going to undo this because I don't want our page to look a certain way. And I would go back to our home page now, and I will go to our navigation announcement banner, and here I'm going to put the here that I want, and now I can easily include this. So you can see that this is our home page, but once we click on here, it takes us to the second page, which is Bali, because when you go there, you're able to maybe book your trip because you have like an application link and all of that there. So this opens up in a new page and you're able to click what it is that you want and make the application. So let me just show you quickly how to embed a code or URL so you can see how to do that. Let me quickly look for a podcast that I can put in. Let me see. I said what I said, podcast. So I've copied this. So I copied the URL. So if I have access to Spotify or I'm the one who is the creator of that podcast in particular, I'm able to embed the code. But for here, I'm going to use the URL. And then you see this shows. So if you want the whole page of the podcast to show, you're able to do that here. If you just want a preview, you're able to do that here. For me, I always just love the preview to show because it gives it like a really, really nice look on your site as well. So this, then you're able to just adjust it however you want, like this. And you can have like a second one, a third one, the fourth one, so people can go to the different episodes if there are different episodes. So I think this particular one is like, yeah, this is an episode. So you're able to like just give access to like different episodes that you want. You can also pick something from YouTube. So let's say travel to Bali. I'm looking for videos. 20 plus things I wish I knew. So I would copy this link. You would open the link, of course, first. You check and see if everything is okay and correct and no issues. And then you come back and you pull that again here. So you're able to make whatever write-up it is that you want there as well. So this is like you're able to pull in free access for anyone to have information about the different things you want them to have information on. And if you want this to take up space here, you're able to do this. So it gives it like a really nice look as well. Again, if you're putting like a lot of links, and if that's not something you want, you're able to quickly delete that as well. And if you want to bring something from your drive, you're able to do that as well. So these are different pages that I have on my drive if I'm working on something. So for example, my vision board could be something I said I want to put on this, and then I'm able to put this here. So it gives you access to let people access the vision board in that way. So you're able to put this that way, and people are able to access it the way that you want them to. So if you have a Google document you want people to read as well, a PDF document, you're able to like just insert all of that. And then you can create a text box here as well where you're able to write the things that you want to write. You can use emojis, however it is that you want. And for this, for example, like I said here, you're able to travel with me. So you write whatever it is that you want to write, and here maybe you insert again picture that demonstrates what it is that you're talking about so people are able to see that. So you can create your site as beautifully as you want it to be. The major things you just need to remember is this is your undo, your redo. This is how to preview what your site looks like. You're able to add other people to it. This is copying the link to share to other people once it's published. So this is an unpublished site for now, so you're not able to do that. And then you come to your settings and you want to check that all of these things are in place as well. And then you come here, you can make a different copy of this document. You can check the version history of it. You can publish it here. And your insert, you're able to insert text box, images, embed a code or URL. You're able to insert different things from your drive. These are the different content blocks that you can use to put out your content and design it however you want. This is creating a collapsible group. So you're able to write something here and say, welcome to the Alani travel page, for example. And that's there. And you could write follow-ups down, and people have to click on this to be able to read what's down. And then if you want to do like a table of content to what your page contains, you can do this as well. So people can click and go to the different content of your page. Your image carousel, like I said, so we know what a carousel is like when you're telling a story. So you're able to insert different images here to tell the story that you want, and then insert that on your website as well. And then we've seen how to use the social links and all of that. And then for your cloud search, basically, is that you want to check your organizational content. So if you have everything on your site, people can come here and basically search something around your page that they could find, and you see this here as well. So you could put the maps. We've done that. Maybe you have data about certain things you want people to see, you can do that here. You have a form you want people to fill, you can connect your form here as well, so people are able to fill that. You have maybe Google Sheets, you want to put that here. Maybe you have slides about maybe how to travel. For example, the Canva images I have here is a presentation on Canva. So you can pull that on a good, nice to look slide and just insert it so people can easily just come to see maybe the step-by-step method on how to travel to a particular place. And then Google document, your calendar, if you have like appointments you want people to reach out to you for, you're able to create that as well. We use the YouTube, you're able to see how to embed like a YouTube link here as well. And then when you come to pages, it's just creating the different pages that you want within your website. So you can create a lot of pages. You can have one page and create a page within a page. So if we come here, for example, we could create like a sub page. So you create a sub page here, which takes you maybe to a particular place on how to then book your travel and all of that. So if you don't want to have different pages, you just able to create that sub page. So here would be, maybe let's say contents from the strips. Maybe that's a sub page, and then you're able to create that particular page here where you put pictures of like the different content of people who have traveled to that place. And if you wanted to create a new page, let's say your contact us. Your contact us is it's advisable for you to be at your footer. But if you wanted to create a different support, or maybe let's say help page, or maybe let's say webinars for traveling. So you have different webinars you're creating. So that comes in here nicely again. So you can go to your webinar page, your homepage here. So the different pages, you're able to do all of that. And then here is your theme, how you want it to look like. So you can change this again. Maybe you don't want this, so you can take that out and put in something new. You can use the ones Google has created here. So these are the ones Google have created. Very simple. So a lot of times they don't fit into what you want. So it's always good for you to create something of your own with your fonts and all of that. And then we click on publish. So once you click this, this will be the title of this web page. And anyone who is within my Google workspace is going to be able to manage that. So I'm going to publish that now. So once you publish that, you see this link then pops out. So we're able to click this and open it on an entirely new page. So this is what this then looks like. So you can use this to create like portfolios for yourself, your personal portfolio. You can use this to create different projects like you've seen. And once I click this again, you see it takes me to a different site to see what this looks like. So you see how this pops out now. So very nice. So this is my personal Google site as well. and I created everything on Google Sites. So I have different pages and I can make edits to how I want this to be and what it will look like. So you can see these are links to some of my YouTube videos that I've created on projects. So learning resources. So you have all of these things showcased on my website. And then you can see example of what the social links will look like once you've added that. So if you click any of those links, it takes you to my YouTube, takes you to my Facebook, takes you to my Twitter, takes you to my Instagram, and takes you to my LinkedIn. So if we click this, for example, it takes you directly to my YouTube for you to see videos that I've created and all of that. So you can see that. And if we click LinkedIn, it takes you to Gunan's LinkedIn. So that's how that works. And these are like the different pages I have on my personal websites, and then this is about me, so people can learn more about me. And then I update information about the projects that I've worked on, the works that I've done, and so on. So that's it basically. So that's how you create your Google site and then you publish it. I'm going to try to unpublish this site as well, so it's not out there, but this is what it looks like. So unpublish, I can unpublish here. You can view your published site, you can review changes and publish. So the way to do this, because sometimes maybe you're creating a website where you don't want a lot of external people to have access, so you give access to only people within the organization or your company. Or you can create a site and give access to anyone on the web at all to have access to. So regarding what those permissions are, you're able to create that site that way. So here I'm going to click on unpublish. So this site will no longer be live, but you can make edits and publish your site again. So I'm just going to unpublish that so it's not found on the web. And that is it. That's how you create a Google site. So again, recap. Create a Google document where you have all the information that you want to put out there. Have a Google site folder with your pictures that you want to embed onto your site. Have all the links available so it gives you like easy access, quick walk-in. Once you get onto your Google site, you're just able to like copy and paste what it is you want. Have your brand colors, your logos, and everything that you need to ensure that your site is in line with your organizational or company brand as well. And then ensure that all of the social links that you're adding are also correct. So once you've checked all of those things, you're able to then publish your site, but also ensure that you're sharing with people that you need to support you and to work with you on that. Before you publish your site, you can also preview here. And then if you see everything is okay, you're able to publish that. So you can check how this appears on a large screen like a laptop, how this appears on a tablet, and how this appears on a phone. And if it doesn't suit you, you're able to adjust it and then you're able to publish after that is all done. So I hope that this video was able to help you to create a Google website, and I'll be looking forward to reading your comments about how you've created sites or you assessing just the Google Nonprofit Workspace as well. Let me know other videos you'd like to see me create on Google Workspace or other free nonprofit organizational tools that we can use together. Until next time, see you again. Bye.